Hey, what's going on, everybody? Najir here. We're at WonderCon 2024. I'm with the very talented. Oh, come on.
Natasha Gerasimova, production designer.
How you
Nice to
doing
meet you.
today? Nice to
Good,
meet
good.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the panel earlier. It's very
Yeah.
insightful to really understand how these things work, especially coming out of the strike. And I think with the focus really going back into the folks behind the camera that make these things happen, hearing about
Right.
productions and special effects, hair, makeup. For you today and having that platform, what has it meant to you at this point in your career?
You mean the strike period?
Yeah, well, I know the strike wasn't anything to really celebrate, but I mean,
Coming
but yeah, the
back,
win for sure. Yeah,
I'm extremely
yeah,
grateful to be back and on a job to create. It was very difficult period of time,
yeah,
and I hope that doesn't happen again. I know it's
yeah,
necessary,
yeah,
and we all benefit from it.
yeah.
It's a tough world to assert your needs, but yeah, it's tough, and
Yeah.
I'm more grateful than ever to
Yeah.
be back.
Yeah, and as a fan, it's definitely bittersweet because obviously we want to see things, but as a human, I'm very thankful that you all stood up for your rights and was able
Yeah.
to secure a deal that should be extremely beneficial for everybody's well-being going forward. So
Yeah.
thank you for that. As a fan, obviously, we start with the Marvel stuff here. I think one of the biggest questions I wanted to kind of tap into from after the panel was that because these shows are pieces of a granular puzzle here, with Loki season one and Miss Marvel, are two of my favorites, and I think beyond me saying, I think the internet would speak for itself, knowing that these were
Right.
two of the biggest and best projects on the MCU of Disney Plus series. Is there ever consideration considering the other projects that are surrounding them? Like when you do Miss Marvel, do you have to
Yeah.
think about Captain Marvel
Oh
and the
yeah.
Marvels and Loki, and
Absolutely.
then
Yes, it
yeah,
is very much all a small part of the greater thing.
yeah,
And yes, we not only have to think about it, but we are bringing in parts and pieces from another world, like the Ms. Marvel. We built the
yeah,
Ten Rings cave, which
yeah,
is something that came into the world that
yeah,
when I yeah it's always we're always aware of being a part of a bigger whole,
yeah.
working on Marvel Universe for sure,
Yeah, that's as a
and
fan,
how
we
everything connects.
yeah,
We don't know much more
yeah,
really because it's all big secret, not
yeah.
just from fans, but from people that are working
Yeah,
on it.
yeah.
So,
Funny enough, I just interviewed Lashana Lynch, who was in the post credits for the Marvels and the big X-Men reveal at the end, and she also confirmed what was also told by another cast member that they just put somebody in the scene, but no one understood who that character
right,
was. So,
right,
like, yeah,
right.
even to whatever degree of your
Yeah,
participation, no
yeah.
one really knows
No
unless
one
you're
really
Kevin.
knows. Yeah, like for the episode 6 and the first season of Loki, we didn't know what's going to happen and who that person is
Yeah, yeah,
that is
yeah,
going to be
yeah,
playing that role. Like
yeah.
nobody knew until the very last moment, so to say. Yeah. So
So there was a term you used at the panel, futuristic,
retrofuturistic.
retro-futuristic.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What?
retrofuturistic.
Explain what that means, and not only what does it mean, but what does it mean to you?
It's basically using old technology in a new way.
Okay.
Like if you're making a new part with, using tube TVs or an old tape-to-tape recorder or
Yeah.
anything in a way that is not same as it was used before.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
there are elements of familiarity, but yet it looks different than what it is. So,
Interest that like now hearing it now the like the horizons just expand. Like first thing I was like, okay, you're obviously speaking about Kang and what Kang was able to do, but I mean, I just seen Ghostbusters. That kind of transcends into that as well too. Looking at like
Right,
devices,
right.
like oh, that's just a old microwave, but then there's like a teleporting device that sends you somewhere
Right,
else.
right,
So
exactly.
amazing. All right, we're gonna have to make sure we officially credit you for this term and the definition behind it. Another little tidbit for the folks who wasn't able to be here at WonderCon 2024. Shame on you. You hinted at a project coming up, and I'm not here to get anybody in trouble, but you did mention a little bit about this being Olympics and potential murder involved with this.
Yeah. I mean, it's loosely based on something, on a kind of loosely based on a true story.
Okay.
But yeah, it's Olympics of 1984 that
Okay.
took place in Los Angeles. But yeah, I mean, I can tell you as much as I can.
Give
So you
us the
can
give,
probably see on
maybe give us the mood
IMDb.
here if you can. Are we looking at something dark and gritty,
It
more?
is. It's dark and gritty. It's sort of like the hard-boiled detective, going back to like Woody Harrelson's True Detective sort of world, and
Okay.
also it's set in a backdrop of skating of that period, 80s, early 80s,
Ooh,
70s, which is
always a fun
Dogtown
era.
Z
Yeah,
Boys,
yeah. Okay.
the punk world, and so it's kind of has all these layers that is I think it's going to be really interesting. It's really colorful backdrop to
Ooh,
the whole thing.
I'm
So.
a sucker for low light shots and throw
Yeah.
some neons on
And
it.
we're
And
shooting it on film.
oh, hell yes. Okay. Okay. Well, then let's put a pencil in it for here. Then we'll pick it up whenever we're able to talk a little bit more about that. But truly, it's been a pleasure talking to you today. And I hope you have a good rest
Same
of your
here.
WonderCon.
Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna go
Absolutely.
join my son who's running around as a Sasuke in his outfit. Super
Can't go wrong with
nerd.
some Naruto here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Vicky Lux.